The order wasn't food. It was me. Full Creepypasta story. I'm a delivery driver. Nothing glamorous, just food, cash, and long nights. But I've always believed one thing. Late night shifts are dangerous. Not because of drunks or addicts or even crime, but because after midnight, you sometimes deliver to places that shouldn't exist. Last week, I proved myself right. It started with a simple order on my delivery app, Night Crave. Their slogan is for every craving, no matter how late. Cute, right? Except that slogan won't leave my head anymore. It haunts me. The order, 1 pepperoni pizza, 1 Coke. The tip, massive, too good to ignore. I grabbed the food and followed GPS into a neighborhood I didn't recognize. The deeper I went, the stranger it felt. The streetlights flickered like they hadn't been fixed in decades. The air was biting cold, like I'd driven into another season. And then I saw the house. 2 stories, leaning like it was exhausted. The porch sagged, windows black, no lights inside. It looked abandoned. No, worse, burnt. The walls charred, wood blackened. A house that should have been condemned years ago. Still, money is money. I rang the bell. No answer. Knocked. Silence. Then my phone buzzed. A text from the customer. Leave the food by the door. Weird, but fine. People don't want interaction at 2 a.m. I set the bag down, turned to leave. Buzz. Another text. Wait. Hand it to me. The door creaked open. The stench hit first, burnt flesh and ash, like a funeral pyre. My stomach twisted. From the shadows, movement. A hand slipped into view. Thin, bone white, fingers bent at angles they shouldn't bend. And before I could step back, it shot forward and grabbed my wrist. The skin was ice cold. Not normal cold. Grave cold. I screamed, yanked free, and stumbled off the porch. The door slammed behind me with a thunderous crack. The Coke can rolled into the dark. I didn't care. I bolted. When I looked back, something stood in the yard. Too fast. Too jerky. Watching me. And then it waved. I didn't stop until I was miles away. By morning, I convinced myself it was exhaustion. A hallucination. Except for the mark on my wrist. Red. Burned. Not like a flame, but like a handprint seared into my flesh. I stayed with my girlfriend. Told her everything. She didn't believe me until a friend sent a link. A news article. The headline read, Young woman dies in suspected self-immolation following sexual assault. Attacker unidentified. The photo? That same house. Blackened. Broken. She had been a medical student. Attacked by a delivery driver. She survived the assault. But 6 years ago, she doused herself in kerosene and set herself on fire inside her home. And yet, the house still placed orders. Another driver posted a screenshot online. The same address. The same pizza. The same Coke. For 2 weeks, I avoided work. But curiosity is poison. One night, I opened the app just to look. That's when the notification appeared. A new order. Only this time, it wasn't food. It said, 1 delivery rider. Delivery instructions. Come inside. I froze. My screen flickered. And in the reflection of the black glass, I saw her. For less than a second, but it was her? Skin cracked like burnt paper. Hair still smoking at the tips. Staring right at me. I slammed my phone down, turned it off, deleted the app, but the next day, it reinstalled itself. Every time I deleted it, it came back. Tonight, the notification changed. Not your delivery is ready. Not 1 pizza, 1 Coke. It says, your order is arriving at your doorstep now. And just as I finish reading that, someone is knocking. Pizza delivery on the dark web, a true horror story. You ever stumble across something online you know you shouldn't have? The kind of thing that makes your stomach tighten, but curiosity won't let you walk away? That was me, and it nearly cost me my life. My name's Marcus. This happened 3 years ago when I was 15. I grew up in a small, isolated town in Montana. Think mountains, endless trees, and houses so far apart that if you screamed, no one would hear you. My parents were heading out of town that weekend, leaving my older brother in charge. He'd just started college, but instead of being responsible, he was more the reckless, party-obsessed type. So, the second my parents left, he ditched too. I didn't even realize until I walked downstairs wanting to ask if we could order pizza, only to find his car missing from the driveway. That left me completely alone. Or so I thought. Later, two of my friends, James and Connor, came over. We were bored, messing around on Reddit, when we stumbled across something I'd only read about in creepy threads, the dark web. I'd never dared to actually go on it, but with my friends hyping me up, it suddenly didn't seem so crazy. At first, it was the usual garbage, drugs, fake passports, conspiracy lunatics, but then we found something weird, a list of pizza delivery services. Except these weren't ordinary shops. Each one had shady names and numbers. We thought it was a dumb prank, but then James pointed out something chilling. Every single number on that list was local, in our state. I should have stopped right there, but instead, I grabbed his phone and dialed one. Kenny's Pizza Shop. The voice on the other end sounded normal, too normal. "What can I get you?" they asked. We ordered a pepperoni pizza, paid with James's card, and sent my address. For 2 hours, nothing happened. No knock, no delivery. I chalked it up to being scammed. We laughed, made ramen, and tried to forget about it. But then, a knock at the door. Connor joked, "Finally, pizza guy shows up 2 hours late." I swung open the door, but the man standing there wasn't holding a pizza. He looked terrified, pale, sweating, eyes darting around like he was being hunted. "Please," he whispered, "let me in. They're coming." I froze. Every instinct screamed at me to shut the door, but instead, I let him in. He bolted past me, slamming the door behind us just as headlights lit up the driveway. My stomach dropped, but it wasn't them. It was my brother. He stepped inside, saw the man, and something changed in his face. His expression hardened. His voice was cold. "Where is he?" I pointed to my room, confused. My brother stormed inside, dragging the man with him, and locked the door. Seconds later came a scream, so blood-curdling it didn't sound human. Then, 3 gunshots. My friends and I panicked, bolted out of the house, and called the cops from the backyard. When police arrived, what they found was beyond anything I could comprehend. My brother hadn't saved us. He had butchered the man, gutted him, and strung his body parts from the ceiling like trophies. In his bedroom, they uncovered 15 more mutilated bodies. He had been killing for years. And according to investigators, his next target were us, me and my friends. My brother was sentenced to death. James and Connor cut ties, too scarred to ever look at me again. I can't blame them. To this day, I don't know if the dark web pizza delivery was a coincidence or part of my brother's twisted trap. I don't know if the man at the door was a victim or something worse. But I'll never forget that knock, because it didn't bring food. It brought death.